Hi and welcome to True Crime, a channel dedicated to the dark underworld of criminal activity carried out by gangsters, mobsters, cartel leaders, and others. We will be discussing the recent news of El Mencho, the leader of the notorious Jalisco New Generation Cartel, reuniting with his long-lost daughter. The story has been making headlines around the world, and many are curious about the details of this emotional reunion. In this video, we will be exploring the background of El Mencho, his daughter's story, and the circumstances surrounding their reunion. Let's get started. Number 1. Who is El Mencho? El Mencho, whose real name is Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, is the leader of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, one of the most powerful and violent drug trafficking organizations in Mexico. Born on July 17, 1966, in the small town of Aguililla in the state of Michoacan, El Mencho has risen to become one of the most feared and elusive drug lords in the world. His organization is known for its brutality, and its reach extends not only throughout Mexico, but also into the United States and other countries. Firstly, if we talk about El Mencho's early life, El Mencho grew up in a poor family in a rural area of Mexico. His father was a farmer and his mother was a housewife. El Mencho dropped out of school at a young age and began working as a farm laborer. He then joined the Mexican army but was discharged after a few years for unknown reasons. After leaving the army, he began working as a drug trafficker, transporting marijuana and cocaine from Mexico to the United States. His story of rise to power is also very interesting. In the 1990s, El Mencho began working with the Mencho Cartel, a drug trafficking organization based in the state of Jalisco. He quickly rose through the ranks and became one of the cartel's top lieutenants. When the Mencho Cartel dissolved in 2007, El Mencho formed his organization, the Jalisco New Generation Cartel. Under El Mencho's leadership, the CJNG has become one of the most powerful and violent drug trafficking organizations in Mexico. The cartel is known for its use of extreme violence, including beheadings and mass killings, to intimidate its enemies and control its territory. The CJNG is also known for its sophisticated use of technology, including encrypted communications and drones. His impact on Mexico is noticeable. El Mencho's cartel has had a devastating impact on Mexico, contributing to a wave of violence that has claimed the lives of tens of thousands of people. The CJNG has been responsible for the murders of police officers, politicians, and journalists. The cartel has also been involved in the production and distribution of methamphetamine, which has caused widespread addiction and social problems in Mexico. El Mencho's reach extends beyond Mexico, and his cartel has been responsible for the distribution of drugs in the United States and other countries. The CJNG is also known for its sophisticated money laundering operations, which have allowed it to expand its operations and maintain its power. El Mencho is known for his elusive nature and has managed to avoid capture for years. He is believed to move frequently and his whereabouts are unknown. He is also known for his extreme caution and is said to rarely use electronic devices or communicate with his subordinates directly. Despite his elusive nature, El Mencho has become one of the most wanted men in the world. In 2018, the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration announced a $10 million reward for information leading to his arrest, the largest reward ever offered for a drug lord. Number 2. Relationship with his family. El Mencho has always been very protective of his family, and he has tried to keep them out of the public eye. He has been married to Rosalinda Gonzalez Valencia, the sister of a prominent drug trafficker, since 1991. The couple has several children together. Despite his criminal activities, El Mencho has maintained close relationships with his family members. In 2017, his son Ruben Oseguera Gonzalez was arrested on charges of drug trafficking. El Mencho reportedly tried to use his influence to have his son released, but he was ultimately extradited to the United States to face trial. El Mencho's family members have been implicated in his criminal activities. In 2015, his son, Ruben Oseguera Gonzalez, was arrested and charged with drug trafficking. Ruben, also known as El Menchito, is believed to be a high-ranking member of the CJNG and has been designated as a specially designated narcotics trafficker by the U.S. Department of the Treasury. El Mencho's wife, Rosalinda Gonzalez Valencia, was arrested in May 2021 in connection with drug trafficking activities. She is believed to have been responsible for the CJNG's money laundering operations and is accused of using a network of front companies to launder drug proceeds. El Mencho's criminal activities have had a significant impact on his family members. They have been implicated in his criminal activities, and some have been arrested and face lengthy prison sentences. This has caused a great deal of stress and trauma for the family. In addition, the family members of drug lords are often targets of violence from rival cartels or law enforcement. In 2018, El Mencho's mother, Maria Consuelo Laura Perez, was killed in a drive-by shooting in the state of Jalisco. While it is unclear who was responsible for the shooting, it is believed to be related to the CJNG's ongoing turf wars with rival cartels. Furthermore, El Mencho's criminal activities have had a significant impact on the communities in which he operates. The CJNG is known for its brutal tactics, including beheadings, kidnappings, and mass killings, which have caused widespread fear and violence in Mexico. These activities have contributed to the deaths of tens of thousands of people and have caused social and economic instability in the regions where the CJNG operates. Number 3. Who is El Mencho's daughter? Jessica was born in Mexico in 1994, the daughter of El Mencho and his wife, Rosalinda Gonzalez Valencia. She grew up in a family that was heavily involved in the drug trade, and her father's criminal activities were a constant presence in her life. As a child, she attended private schools and lived a life of relative luxury, shielded from the dangers of her father's world. Her involvement in the family business is something that should be discussed. As Jessica grew older, she became more involved in the family business. She began working to expand the cartel's operations, including coordinating the shipment of drugs into the United States. She also launched several legitimate businesses, including a tequila company and a clothing store, which were used to launder the cartel's profits. Her arrest and trial were also a very tragic part of her life. In 2020, Jessica was arrested in Washington, D.C. on charges of money laundering. She was accused of using her businesses to launder money for the cartel and of being involved in the coordination of drug shipments into the United States. Her arrest made headlines around the world and shed light on the complicated and dangerous world of drug trafficking. Since her arrest, Jessica has been held in federal custody in the United States. Her trial has been delayed several times due to the COVID-19 pandemic and is currently scheduled for October 2022. If convicted, she faces up to 20 years in prison. This creates a great impact on El Mencho's family. Jessica's arrest and involvement in the family business have had a profound impact on her family, including her father, El Mencho. While he has tried to shield his family from the violence and danger of his world, it is clear that his criminal activities have infiltrated every aspect of their lives. Jessica's arrest has brought attention to how drug trafficking organizations use legitimate businesses to launder their profits and expand their operations. It has also brought attention to how drug trafficking organizations can infiltrate and corrupt the political and economic systems of the countries in which they operate. El Mencho's cartel has been responsible for a wave of violence in Mexico, including the murder of police officers and politicians. Number 4. The Reunion. After Jessica's arrest, she was extradited to Mexico, where she has been held in custody for the past several years. It was recently revealed that she was reunited with her father in late 2021. The circumstances of the reunion are unclear, but it is believed that El Mencho was able to visit Jessica in prison. Details of the reunion are scarce, but sources close to the family have reported that the meeting was emotional for both father and daughter. It is unclear whether this reunion will have any impact on Jessica's legal situation or El Mencho's criminal activities. The story of El Mencho's reunion with his daughter is a complex one that touches on many issues, including the violent world of drug cartels, the impact of criminal activity on families, and the challenges faced by law enforcement in combating organized crime. While the details of this reunion are unclear, it is clear that the emotional impact on both El Mencho and Jessica is significant. Thank you for watching another amazing video from our True Crime team. Like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned to our next real-life true crime video.